Yeah, there was some guy at work that came up to me. He said that I look like Kid Cudi. I don't see it anywhere.
Hold on. Here we go. Kid Cudi.
I'd like to see what you're about to pull up. You think that looks like me?
It doesn't look like
I mean,
you.
that's
like
the
I said,
closest you could probably get.
exactly. No,
but
that's why I said earlier, it's just the haircut and like the beard. That's it. Like of the things that are the same. But you could take your
Yeah,
glasses off and do the stoner eyes, and we'll see where that gets
I.
you.
It's not. It's not. I'm not. I did the Stoner Eyes off pod. I'm not gonna do them on pod. I won't. I was very honored. I'm a big fan. Love you, Scott.
Yeah.
But no, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's not there. I will say though, I need to talk to whoever that person is and see what flattering person they give me. I hope it's Steven Yeun. I would take that in a heartbeat.
I mean, it's probably gonna be Shawn Mendes.
Stop. Stop.
But I
If
was
they were to
very
pick a white dude that I look like, if it's like one of the Wolf brothers, fine. That makes sense because it's like the curly hair, whatever. That makes sense. But if it's just
yeah,
some like rando white dude, then I'd be upset. I had
Shawn
this.
Mendes.
Yeah, I'd be upset. I look nothing like fucking Shawn Mendes. No, when I was a kid, there was this kid that bullied me, and always called me Mr. Bean and said I looked like Mr. Bean, and that traumatized me as a child to the
That's so
fullest
funny.
extent. It's mean. It's mean.
It is mean, but it's really funny.
It is really
And
funny in hindsight, but fuck, that is
uh,
probably the root cause of a lot of my self-esteem issues.
wow. I feel like I don't know. When I was younger, the like derogatory like celebrity comparisons were just like Urkel, which is like okay, yeah, I'm
Haha,
skinny
he's
black
a
kid that
nerd
wears
and he's
glasses.
black.
It was really low effort. Like
Yeah.
you're gonna have to bring it a little harder than that.
Hello, and welcome back to the Weekly Neon Lens Podcast, the show that threads together music, movies, and TV. I'm your host, Kevin, with my co-host,
Noah,
Noah. How are you doing today?
I'm sick today.
Yeah, Noah's
Sick.
sick today. He raged too hard last episode. Now he's all sick.
Did don't know yet. Last week, like I said, last week was the sick or the mean episode. This week is the sick episode. I
Yeah.
guess this is what I get for being really angry last week.
Yeah.
Um
He's not allowed to be
yeah,
angry anymore. We talked with his doctor, and that's just not allowed.
yeah. But we're making it through. Pushing through. How are you?
I'm doing fine. You know, we're chilling here. It's a nice week, I guess, so far. We went to the JPEG Mafia concert over the weekend. That was
We
fun.
did. We did see JPEG Mafia this
That was a
weekend.
really, really good time.
Wild. I was so
Wild.
close. We were both pretty close.
Until
We got separated at the very
Yeah. That crowd
the
went
second the show started.
Yeah, that crowd went nuts. It was like a tidal wave, and I got caught in
Yeah.
the bottom and sucked back, and you just got pushed all the way to the front, which lucky you. I mean, for how late we got there, the fact that you got straight to the front is awesome.
Yeah.
But
I was not prepared for that.
he did pass right in front of me during the last song. So
We also walked past him before
yeah, we
the show
did.
started.
Him and his tall friend. It
He's
was
super small.
it's
It was
so
Z Loopers.
crazy.
He was
It
with
was
Z
Z Loopers? Oh my god, I really
Yeah.
don't know what Z Loopers. I really didn't know what he looked like before the show, honestly, and it didn't click because I was paying attention to the little guy. All right.
I literally JPEG Mafia is so tiny. I legitimately didn't see him at first. I had to look down, like I was looking too high.
No, it was
I
crazy
had to
because
look down a little lower.
we were walking to get in line, and I was like, "Oh shit, is that Peggy?" And then you just didn't say anything because you were just looking up and you didn't see him. It was like whatever.
I didn't see
And
him.
I was like, that's fucking Peggy. And then you had to look, it was like, oh shit. Because fucking Z Looper's, he's tall. He's got to be like
tall.
at least 6.
He's really tall.
He's got to be
he
at
might
least
be taller
6
than me.
He might be. Shit. He looked really tall.
He looked super tall.
For frame of reference, Noah is 6'3" and I'm 6'5".
I am. I just realized no one ever. I could be any height. No one would know. They only see me sitting down.
Exactly. Why do you think I said I'm 6'5"?
Oh, I completely missed that. I didn't even hear that. I just was like, yeah, you're gonna say my height, and then you're gonna say whatever height you are. What are you? You're like what, 5'8"?
Fuck you! No.
I was literally not even.
That's so rude.
Guess.
I'm 5'10", 5'11". Just depends on the shoes I'm wearing.
Okay. So
I'm 5'10" and a half, so I say 5'11". That's just how it works. And it's nicer. But then there's also that whole bit to where someone who's actually 5'11" would never say that he's 5'11". He would just say that he's 6 foot. So
I mean, that's true. I've never heard anyone say that they're 5'11".
Yes. Well, that's how you know. I outed myself. I'm not actually 5'11". Whatever.
There you go.
It's fine. It's fine. I'm
You know, if someone said they were 5'11", I might actually believe them.
Really?
Because I was like, I would be like, well, you have no reason to say that you're 5'11" and not 6 foot.
Well, but
Like, really no
that's the
reason.
thing. No, because the logic behind that is if you're 5'10", you're not passing for 6 foot in most cases, unless like you're around a really short person.
That's true.
So that's why you say 5'11", because 6 foot makes no sense.
I do see where you're coming from now.
Exactly. So that's why no one says they're 5'11" except 5'10" people.
I see the logic. See, I don't have to ever put myself in these.
Well, sorry, I have terrible genes.
I mean, 5'10" is not bad. That's the average height.
That's not. I could have made it in the NBA. What's his name? Isaiah Thomas is like my height. I could have made it.
I could have made it in the NBA.
Yeah. Well, where did that get you? On the Needle and the Lens podcast.
Oh, I never tried. So.
I wanted to. Like at one point, I wish I had, because I've always enjoyed watching basketball and like playing it hobby wise. I wish I would have tried harder at like engaging with it and like trying to play competitively to a sense, because I never practiced a bunch. Like I would just whatever, but I wish I had.
One of those, I feel like, I don't know, basketball and all sports are kind of tricky because I feel like everyone thinks they're good, those things, like everyone thinks they're good, everyone thinks they have a shot.
I was not good.
Something
I was not.
Well, I feel like, but when people start to get to a higher level, like I feel like you talk to a lot of people and they're like, oh yeah, no, like I'm really good, like I'm thinking about college, like maybe further. I'm like, man, I don't know, it's just a very small percentage of people that actually break into that level. So it's like, I don't know, it's always hard to gauge who's actually really good,
But see, that was my logic. I know I'm not good, and I wasn't good, and I knew I wasn't good back then. That's why I didn't try. But if I would have applied,
you knew
I knew I had no shot, which is why I was like, okay, if I applied myself from a younger age, maybe I could have gotten into it. But no, I did martial arts.
I mean, hey, that definitely has its uses.
Dude, I fucking loved Karate Kid as a kid. So, I mean, it was meant to be.
I also loved Karate Kid, the Jaden Smith version.
I knew it. I fucking knew it. I knew that was what was going to follow that.
I'm like, do I? No, I don't have that. Oh, I do.
You have the DVD?
I have.
Oh my God. I'm pretty sure. I'm not going to leave my room to go get it, but I'm pretty sure it's somewhere in there's this big ass bookshelf full of DVDs in this one room, and I want to go check and see if it's there. But my nephew loves the Jaden Smith Karate Kid too. It's
so good. It's so good. It's great. Come on.
I'm trying to think of what's the line. It's like I want to go home. Yes. Yes.
We can't go home, Dre. There's nothing left for us in Detroit.
Oh my God. He knows it word for word.
I know it word.
That's so good. That's so good. Oh my God. You know what? Needle and Lens movie night. Jaden Smith and Jackie Chan Karate Kid.
Yep.
We're doing it. Maybe that'll be our Halloween costume.
I don't know about that. The thing is, because Jaden Smith for a lot of this movie, like I feel like he wears tank tops, which like no.
Who said you were going to be
Um
Jaden Smith? You're Jackie Chan's
I don't think
character.
there was any other option. There's no other option. Although that would be really weird with the height difference.
Exactly. Which is why that would make more sense if you were Jackie Chan's character.
Man.
I'm Jaden
Classic.
Smith. Exactly.
Classic
But
right here.
enough about Jaden Smith's Karate Kid.
Yeah. Enough about that classic. Let's talk about a new classic.
A new classic.
A new potential classic.
Take it away. All right. I had to switch because we weren't originally gonna do that one first, but we're doing it.
Well, the segue was so perfect.
Yeah, the segue works, so we're flexible here. All right. So rumors of a new Kendrick Lamar album are circulating after fans noticed he changed his profile picture on Spotify, then changed it back on the same day. Snippets of unreleased tracks, including one called "Therapy Session," surfaced online. What do you think? Thank you for asking,
Also,
Pigeons and Planes.
I will poke a hole in something Pigeons and Planes has there. His profile picture did not change back.
It did change
back. It is actually still this new picture.
No,
it just it hasn't changed on desktop, or it hasn't changed on mobile.
Oh,
it's still this,
okay.
like
That's what
it only ever changed on desktop. So
that's so weird.
Yeah, if you go on Spotify desktop right now, you'll see.
Oh, well, Spotify desktop client is broken as fuck. So, oh, wait, never mind. It's loading up. Wow, it's starting to be nice to me today. Oh, yeah, no, it is. That is the new profile picture, huh? Look at that. Look at that. Ain't that something? But, yes, it is a Wednesday evening, and Kendrick Lamar changed his profile picture. And look, I'm going to say it. We were talking about this before. We manifested this into existence. We've been talking about Kendrick so much and about whether or not he's going to drop this year, and, you know, Day in Vegas, him headlining there, and, you know, all this shit with Baby Keem, 2021, I'm not taking no prisoners. Like,
yeah,
we spoke it into existence.
Be patient.
Exactly. So I don't know. It looks pretty likely, and I mean, the internet blew up over this. He's been trending on Twitter. Everyone's like, Kendrick coming Friday. Kendrick's dropping on Friday. We're getting new Kendrick on Friday. And it's like, all right, hold on. That might be a bit much, even for my taste. That might be a bit much to think that he's dropping this Friday.
You think that's a bit much?
I don't know. That's a very drastic surprise drop, but
I mean, here's the thing. It is a very drastic surprise drop. It'd be a very quick turnaround too, because if he were to drop, like we said, this is a Wednesday night. If Kendrick were to drop now, or if he were to try to drop on this Friday, that gives him one day to drop a new Heart.
Yeah.
Right.
And then he would have to drop the album that same night.
Single.
Yeah.
No time for an official single. Which is not his usual rollout.
Right.
We usually get the Heart part, you know, whatever, and then we get a single, and then we get the album. It's usually always a fast rollout though.
Yeah, like a week or two.
Right. But this Friday would be a insanely fast turnaround.
That would be even too fast. Because now we've talked about this already, obviously, and how the likelihood of him dropping after Adele is extremely unlikely. When's Adele supposed to drop again?
The 19th.
The 19th of November, that is, right?
Yes, and Silk Sonic drops the week before.
Exactly. So, I mean, yeah, if it was going to come, it better come. It better come. I mean, if you're watching this after the fact, it better come today. It better be here. And look, I'll put a little bumper thing right here. If it did happen hey, we already know it happened. All right, leave us alone. If it didn't happen, it is what it is.
If it didn't happen, it is what it is. It does I'll say if it doesn't happen this week, he still has
Next week in
next week
October.
and the week after
Yeah. The only
to
thing is like,
potentially drop.
isn't Taylor dropping a Taylor's version of Red on the 5th?
I feel like that's not going to be that big
That's
a deal.
not that big a deal, but it's still kind of like, nyeh.
Only because it's
Wait, isn't he
a
on that?
re-release.
Wait, which album is Bad Blood on?
Bad Blood, the remix, I don't believe is on the Red album.
Oh,
It was like it's a
it was
remix
like a
that came out.
Lucy. Okay,
Yeah,
never
yeah,
mind. I don't know then.
yeah.
I wasn't like he's on that album technically.
No, yeah, but I don't. She would probably potentially go number one. I
Yeah.
don't know if because she released another re-recording.
Yeah.
She released Fearless, and I don't know. Let me see if that went number one. Okay, that did go number one.
Yeah.
Which is not surprising because
It's Taylor Swift. Yeah, exactly.
However, I think if we were to pit Kendrick Lamar versus Taylor Swift re-recording old material, I think Kendrick's got it.
That's fair.
Because of the hype, because of how long he's been gone, and because it's not new music from Taylor, I think if they're fighting for number one, that's Kendrick.
That's fair. Yeah, I'll give you that much.
But yeah, like I said, even if he doesn't want to drop the 5th, he still has next week. But once we get to the 12th and after, because I doubt he'll drop the same day as Silk Sonic.
Yeah, exactly.
That doesn't seem like, and I think he could honestly. He had the potential. If he wanted to fight Silk Sonic, he could possibly go number one against.
He would. Oh shit! I think he could. Honestly,
I think he could.
Even though he's going
steam.
against Bruno, yeah, I think because it's like its own separate thing. It's a collab project, and like you said, they lost a lot of steam. He could go toe to toe against Silk Sonic and win.
He could. So I don't know. I'm just saying. I think Kendrick, if he's gonna drop, I'm gonna say it's probably gonna happen this week or next week. Would be my prediction.
This week would be crazy. But again, like I said, if it did drop, we know it dropped. Please leave us.
The only thing that caused this into question, like you said before, is Day in Vegas.
When is Day in Vegas? That's the 14th. So it literally the 5th is the perfect time. The 5th is the perfect time because it's the week before.
It doesn't make sense that they would have advertised it as only old material. It just makes no sense. If Kendrick dropped an album the week before and he does a performance and he doesn't promote an album he just dropped, it makes no sense.
It does make no sense. But then there's also like, I think I made this argument last time about how it could be, it's like a big performance and he's planned all this stuff, not the album rollout stuff. So just whatever, you know?
I don't know. My only other prediction as to why he did that, as to why it's advertising only old material, is because he didn't want people to anticipate something new, because maybe he really does want to do this surprise drop with very little rollout. And people anticipating an album of any sort would make that less of a surprise.
Well, how did that work out for you, Kendrick? We've been spending the last fucking year speculating.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like
work out.
But it does. It makes sense that he would be coming now.
Yeah.
After Keem, like he took this time, right, for when Keem dropped. He's like, okay, since he's dropping, I'm gonna also take this chance to put myself in the forefront. We had that letter about his last TDE album and doing all that.
It just feels like if it's his last TDE album, why would it be a surprise drop like this?
Here's one thing. I don't know if I talked about this on the pod. Maybe I did. Did I talk about how I was thinking he could do like a sort of similar to what Frank Ocean did?
A double album drop?
Yeah.
I think you did mention that. It might have been on pod or off pod. I can't remember, but I have
Yeah.
heard you mention that. Yeah.
But essentially, yeah, if it was off pod, I don't know. But essentially, what I was thinking is possibly Kendrick could, since this is his last TDE album, and I mean, we assume he'll be going to PG Lang afterwards. He could drop this TDE album, get him out of his contract with TDE, and then boom, he drops his PG Lang debut
Right.
very shortly after, similar to what Frank Ocean did with Endless to get him out of his Def Jam contract, and then go independent with Blonde. So
So you think? I don't know.
although it probably wouldn't be as great as what Frank Ocean did, because Frank Ocean finessed the entire music industry and no one had ever seen anything like that before. But
Whoa. Frank did
I
it
just had
first.
to-
Frank did it first.
Frank did do it first. Actually, he's the only person to ever do something like that.
I
So,
mean, hey,
yeah. But I think that would be really cool for Kendrick to do. We're more than deserving of 2 albums.
yeah, it's
After
been
last time when we
4
thought we were
years
getting 2
now?
albums. Yeah, it's been 4 years.
Yeah, fuck. It's been
Um,
4 years. Yeah, that's.
And we're still
We
waiting
should
on
have gotten
Nation.
2 albums by now.
Yeah, still waiting on Nation. Haven't gotten it. And I guess we're just never getting that. But I was back in the day, whenever that 2 album theory was happening with Damn, I was very invested in it. And now here I am once again, invested in a 2 album theory
Yeah,
with
you're going hard on the 2 album theories.
no.
How's that copium taste?
We're gonna find out. We're gonna find out. All right.
He's gonna be all on it.
I don't know. I think he's and part of me thinks maybe this is just all kind of planned, because the fact that there were also leaks. There were a number of leaks today
Right.
for new music. I think I saw people saying there are 4 leaks.
I think so. I've heard 4. I've heard 6.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have been. I was seeing that. I haven't listened to them, but the fact that there were so many leaks, I feel like is telling also that there's something coming around the corner. Granted, we have had Kendrick music leak before and then not get anything, but I don't know. There's a lot going on between the leaks in the profile picture and the fact that he's like had this presence recently and been kind of teasing towards stuff.
Yeah.
It's adding up. It's adding up.
It is. And like when you throw in the presence, especially like all of his contributions to the Baby Keem album, it's like, this is a pseudo album rollout in a sense. You could think of it
It
like
is.
that. Him doing all these features is like, oh, it's kind of an album rollout if you want to think
You
about
can.
it.
You could look at his letter as the start of the album rollout, and then the one announcing his last TDE album,
Exactly.
and then everything after that. Not only did he hop on the Baby Keem track or tracks plural,
Yeah.
he also introduced a new persona that he introduced on his letter as well when he signed it with the Oklahoma or however he's
Yeah.
pronouncing it. We still don't know. But then the Baby Keem music video also said that it also had him as that name. So clearly,
Yeah, we've got
something's happening.
something's
It's like,
going on, and we need
we're not-
answers.
Even though we probably all still look like Charlie Day in that It's Always Sunny meme,
Yep.
we have reason to look like that, okay?
Yeah, we
Like,
do.
this is not as bad. Sometimes Frank Ocean fans, we get pretty bad.
Yeah, y'all do.
We get pretty bad, but this is at least substantiated. And yeah, I'll put money down
Money down. How
that we
much?
get a Kendrick album in the next 2 weeks.
How much money would you put down that we get a Kendrick album Friday?
Not a lot.
Not a
On
lot.
Friday, I'd put down not a lot.
Not a
no
lot?
more than like $5 or $10.
I was gonna say, damn. I don't know. It's crazy. I can really see both sides that like, oh, we really could do Friday because like maybe all of this was the album rollout.
Mm,
Or, I mean, I could see next week. I feel like next week would be pretty nice too.
Next
Although,
week would be good. It would give him time to
yeah,
heart, a single, an
e-
album.
exactly. You could do a single this Friday and then Bing Boop Bop.
But
Call it.
usually he does. I feel like he dropped Humble like randomly in the middle of the week. Like I don't even think that was on like a Friday.
Oh well,
Like I feel
I
like
don't
that
know,
was just out
man.
of nowhere. It's Kendrick Lamar. He plays by his own rules.
Yeah, he marches to the beat of his own drum.
And we'll get this album whenever we get this album.
Hopefully in the
will
next
eat it
3
up.
weeks. Fingers
I will
crossed.
See you then.
Please, Mr. Kendrick, more music. Music me, please. Give me music. Bringing it back to It's
Please.
Always Sunny. But
It's always got to come back.
fingers crossed, really hard right now. Very, very, very hopeful that we will get it soon. But that's pretty much all I have to say on that.
Yeah.
I don't know if you had anything.
pretty
That
much it.
perfect. All right. Let's go ahead and truck right along here. And let's talk about some news that we got earlier this week that we are getting some Marvel delays. Wah wah, unfortunately. Well, Disney all around delays, but now I talked about this on my stream a bit, but it was to be expected.
You think?
Yeah, it was to be expected.
Really?
I had honestly expected that it was going to happen at one point or another. They were cramming way too much shit in the next year. Like between they were going to have
I can agree
4
with that.
movies and a
It
bunch
was
of
a packed
Netflix
schedule.
or not Netflix, what a bunch of Disney Plus series.
Yeah.
There's no way.
But I mean, hey, we've got 4 movies this year and Disney Plus series this year.
Shit, we did do. Well, here's the
And
thing.
and they packed 4 movies into the last half of the year.
Okay,
'Cause
but
Black Widow didn't come out till what? June, July?
here's the thing though. With that, because of last year, we didn't get anything. That's why they had to cram stuff into this year.
They did.
Since
they did.
the film industry economy is starting to level out once again somewhat. Obviously, we still have the issues. This year was a lot different. They had to cram a bunch of shit that got pushed back from 2020 to this year. So that's why we got 4 this year. And the main reason why is because Spider-Man was a hard deadline. That had to come out December, no questions asked. Or that has to come out, hasn't come out yet, rather.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's no way they were going to move that.
What was the slate originally? Before we got all the pushbacks, before everything, how many movies were we originally supposed to get this year?
Gonna make me look it up. Fuck.
Because I feel like
MCU
probably-
slate 2019 preview. SDCC 2019. Okay,
man,
SDCC
that was when
2019.
we were getting Comic-Con. Wow.
Yep.
Good time.
Can I just get an image, please? Okay, here we go. Yeah, we were only getting 2 movies. We were only getting 2 movies and a show in 2020 originally. Let me go ahead and
Really?
show this off. Yeah, in this slate right here, I need to pull up the image because it's, oh, hey, perfect. We were getting Black Widow in May 1st, 2020. Fall 2020, we were getting Falcon the Winter Soldier, and Eternals was November 6th, 2020. And then Shang-Chi was going to come out
Eternals,
February. Then WandaVision was going to be in spring 2021, and Doctor Strange was going to be May. Then we weren't getting Loki until spring 2021. And then What If in summer, Hawkeye in fall. So these have been pretty consistent, at least. This got sent to hell, and so did this. But I mean, WandaVision, that actually came out earlier than expected because it got switched around with Falcon and the Winter Soldier
And Eternals.
Yeah.
And yeah.
But I'm just speaking Disney Plus series wise.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
But yeah, this was the original site. We were only going to get 2 movies in 2020 and 2 in 2021, but 4 series. And instead,
I feel like 2 movies in a year is pretty little.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm like, wait, what? That's
I feel
so
like
insane.
three is a,
Three is the most normal, I feel like,
yeah.
amount. But now we have 4, and then I know next year we're gonna have 3 because of what everything that got pushed back, and we'll get into that in a bit. But yeah, like 2020 was gonna be a fairly uneventful year, and 2021 was gonna start ramping up at least. Oh shit! Wait, I'm stupid. Never mind. Those was gonna be 3 movies. Those gonna be 3 movies because Thor: Love and Thunder was supposed to come out then too. It was supposed to come out in
supposed
November.
to be in 2021. Gotcha.
Yes. Okay. So yeah, that's what the original slate was looking like for last year and this year. And then obviously COVID happened. Lots of issues with that and not being able to shoot movies. So these delays happened. And
here we are now.
like I said, it was kind of bound to happen. This year, a lot of dip on Marvel's chip to get everything out so they could kind of play catch up a bit and not have to have the next Avengers movie in 2026, right? So we're looking at this now. Let's look at pretty much everything that's getting pushed back. They have a nice little updated release calendar down here. I'll zoom in a bit. Oh, it's a bit much, but here we go. So Doctor Strange, The Multiverse of Madness was originally going to come out March 25th. It's now got moved to May 6th. And then pretty much it just got moved down to the later dates, and then everything got pushed to the next one, pretty much, is what ended up happening. Thor: Love and Thunder went from May 6th to July 8th. Black Panther: Wakanda Forever went from July 8th to November 11th. And then the Indiana Jones movie, rather, went from July 2022, got pushed all the way to June 2023. And in this article, they mentioned that Harrison Ford sustained an injury on set. So that's why
makes sense.
Kind of had to get pushed back. And then there's some unnamed stuff. So obviously the Marvels was supposed to come out not the Marvels. Miss Marvel was supposed to come out. That also got pushed back, I think. I don't think that's still coming out.
No, I thought that's coming out early next year.
I think it was originally supposed to come out at the end of this year.
It was originally coming out at the end.
Yeah, so that got pushed back. But yeah, the Marvels was supposed to come out.
But I think they announced that a while ago.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I just forgotten about that. But the Marvels was supposed to come out in November 2022, got pushed to February 17th, 2023. Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, originally February 17th, now July 28th. And then they also have a bunch of untitled Marvel that was removed from the schedule for the time being. So we don't know exactly which ones these are, but my guess is one of them is Blade, one of them is Fantastic Four, and I can't quite tell what the other one was. I think this one's odd because it got moved up. It was originally November 10th, and it got moved up to November 3rd. So it got moved up a week, which is weird, but I'm thinking that's, and I don't know why it's untitled, but I'm thinking that's Guardians 3. That
could be.
Kind of makes the most sense to me as what that is, because I feel
Guardians, I thought Guardians kept its release date though.
I don't know. I don't exactly remember, but I don't think they ever had an official release date. Now I gotta check again. Gotta do more research.
May 5th, 2023.
Oh, it's
I
May
don't
5th?
think their date. I'm pretty sure their date didn't shift.
Okay, so that one's set in stone. Never mind then. So just some other untitled stuff got moved around then.
Yeah.
Something got pushed up a week, which is weird. I don't know why it's untitled. If it already had an official release date, that's weird to me. But that's pretty much that. We're getting some delays on some Disney and Marvel stuff, which, while unfortunate, makes sense. Like I said, so we're getting,
I guess
we're getting 3 movies next year, which is a little bit more manageable. We're getting Doctor Strange, Thor: Love and Thunder, and Black Panther, as opposed to all of those and the Marvels. So I think 3 is a little more manageable for them. I know. It would have been nice to get 4 again, but dude, they haven't even finished shooting half of these movies.
That is true.
Like, Black Panther is still shooting right now. I think Thor is also still shooting, or they just barely wrapped. One of the two.
Well, actually, no, they're not still shooting because I just saw whatchamacallit. Um,
Then they just
Chris
barely
Hemsworth
wrapped.
is like Chris Hemsworth is now in training for that Netflix movie he does. He did a Netflix movie. This is getting a sequel now. Can't remember the name.
No,
It's like some war, some military, something. You know what I'm talking about?
no.
Anyway, he's in. I just saw he posted a picture. He was like he's training for that now. So
yeah. So that then I think it
um,
was that I saw that it just barely wrapped, like maybe a month ago or something. I can't quite remember the exact date, but they just barely wrapped then, I'm guessing. So
I
yeah, I mean, they're still working on a lot of these movies, so they
yeah
really need time to kind of get stuff together. And obviously, we're still dealing with COVID, so there's still a lot of restrictions on movie studios regarding how they can shoot
right.
and stuff like that. So
I saw
it makes
Kevin
sense.
Feige addressed it, and he was just basically like, yeah, production delays,
Yeah, they said it was
etc.
due to production delays and not anything else. Let me see exactly. Oh, it wasn't due to box office performance. It's due to production delays.
Oh yeah,
That
I never
they said.
figured that would.
Yeah, exactly. Obviously, Shang-Chi did really well, and although unrelated, Venom did extremely well. And Spider-Man, we all know, is going to do very well. Like, there's no
Oh,
doubt
I
about that.
started falling
Yeah,
asleep.
he just
At
fucking
Venom.
nodded off so hard right there. But yeah, it's definitely they're not having any issues in regards to the box office. But
Not at all.
yeah, it's just
It's just
all that
sad.
production time. It is upsetting, but we're
want
getting 4 this year, 3 still next year, and 3 is like the normal amount. 4 is a lot, I feel.
4 is a lot. I think we're just kind of this year. We really are getting fed well, which
It's because
I
we were
mean we
supposed
deserve
to
it.
get 2 the year before and 3 this year.
Right. We just kind of got. I do like how they kind of stacked up the front half of the year with the shows and the back
Yeah,
half with the movies. I don't know.
that's nice.
I know that wasn't the intention, but I think like that wasn't their original plan, but I
Yeah.
think it worked out really nicely.
I don't know.
Um,
I feel like honestly, I would have rather have had them kind of spread out and like popcorning back and forth, like a show and then a
Really,
movie, a show and then a movie. You know, which
I
that
don't know.
wouldn't have
For some reason,
necessarily. Actually, that would have worked because we got 4 shows and 4 movies.
I feel like maybe the thing is for me, I feel like there's so much content that already comes out in the later half of the year.
I guess.
So I'm better with just getting movies, and then I get to like have my weekly things that I am sitting with for, a couple months at the
Okay.
earlier half of the year. So I think
No,
it
that
worked out.
makes sense. When you put it that way, that makes sense.
Because yeah, like when WandaVision was coming out, there wasn't a whole like I remember I was watching like WandaVision and Invincible. Like those were really the only 2 things that were
Yeah.
kind of coming out. But I feel like in the later half of the year is when like, award season movies start coming out and like new seasons of shows start and like
Yeah.
etc.
No, that makes sense. I get that when you put it that way. But
Yeah.
honestly, it's fine. It's fine. We're going to get these
It's
movies
fine. We'll
eventually.
live.
And as long as they take their time and make it as best as they possibly can, I'm cool with it. Some people were
I'm-
saying, though, that this was, and we're not necessarily going to touch on it a lot, if at all, honestly, but because of DCFandome, they
Oh my god.
that they're like, oh shit, they saw the Batman trailer, so they're like, push it back, push it back.
Come on.
It's so funny though.
There's no way.
But yeah,
but-
I mean, it's pretty funny.
It
it's
is
funny
funny.
to think about that. Like Kevin Feige's like, shit, fuck.
Yeah, it is. And there was at one point we were supposed to be getting Batman and Multiverse of Madness in the same month.
Oh
Which
yeah,
would've
that's
been
right.
That would have been
That would have
delicious.
been. That would have been so good.
Yeah.
I'm actually like, so just quick aside, like I saw the new Batman trailer. I'm pretty excited for it, honestly.
I mean, yeah, if you weren't before,
I mean, I was after like a bunch of the other teasers, obviously, but like this one,
yeah.
this This trailer looked really good.
I do really like this trailer. The last one or the first trailer, I think is still my favorite. Um, I just think maybe like I don't know.
I think
will
this one
say
just shows
the
off a
music,
lot more
though.
cool stuff.
Oh, the music,
Yeah.
so good. I'm gonna need that score on vinyl. Michael Giacchino is
No, it's good. It's
phenomenal.
good. It's very good.
He does not miss.
It's very good.
I'm very excited for that. But
Yes.
yeah, excited. We're gonna be getting great content next year.
Oh yeah, no,
regardless.
definitely. Especially like after a bunch of the DCFandome stuff. Like they're trucking along. I can go ahead and pull up the had a Rotten Tomatoes article that I had up for the video I did on my main channel. But yeah, like we got where's that button? We got this Batman trailer. We got sneak peeks, and we got a trailer for the Flash movie. Finally, we got some sneak peeks of Black Adam. We got some more sneak peeks of Aquaman and stuff like that. Shazam. I don't know exactly when these are supposed to be airing, but there's a lot. There's a lot here. So
coming. They're getting, and then we're getting Blue Beetle too.
Exactly that, and they're doing a lot of HBO Max shit too. So it's like, you know, hey,
a Batgirl HBO Max film.
Exactly.
Canary HBO Max film.
They picked up a bunch of stuff from DC Multiverse. So like Titans, Doom Patrol, or DC Universe rather. Titans, Doom Patrol, and stuff like that. The Peacemaker series we're getting super early next year.
Right.
Yeah, it's just comic fans all around rejoice. It's going to be an exciting next couple of years, to say the least.
Yes, for sure. Although Warner Brothers, y'all need to get it together over there. They got some sus stuff going on over there. I don't know if you saw the stuff with Batwoman and Ruby Rose.
Oh yeah, Ruby Rose.
Yeah, I feel like it's always something over at Warner Brothers. Like, y'all, I feel like they do not treat their actors or employees that well.
Yeah.
So y'all need to figure that out. But yeah,
get your shit together. Figure that out.
Come on, please.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's all for Marvel
and DC.
We'll see it when we see it. And DC.
Yes.
Exciting stuff all around.
Exactly.
And yeah, you know, even if Marvel is delaying stuff, we've got DC clearly has more than enough on their slate to
exactly. And we're still gonna get a bunch of the series too.
We still get like TV shows.
We're still getting She-Hulk and Miss Marvel now, and
yeah. And honestly, once we start getting more stuff, I probably won't even think about it because we still have 2 more Marvel movies this year and another show.
2 movies in 2 months, and another show. Yeah.
I shouldn't be complaining.
Exactly. Nah, bro, just don't watch Spider-Man until next year, so it feels like we get 4 movies next year.
Works for me. I will not see it at all. And of course, easily avoid spoilers. Because clearly that's already so easy to do, right? Whatever your name is, Variety Guy. I'm not going to put the spoiler here.
Oh,
I'm not a mean guy.
Oh, yeah. Y'all stay easy. Eternal spoilers on the timeline, all right? Y'all stay easy.
Go attack whatever his name is. I'm joking.
Get your spoiler blockers on, all right? Make sure you block the words Eternals and stuff like that.
Yeah, because they were really literally
out and about
less than 24 hours after
the world premiere. And it's like, fuck, man. That was very upsetting. We're going to be nice. We're not going to spoil it. We're not going to talk about it.
No, I would never.
If y'all want to.
Probably would.
I mean, yeah, no, I would totally talk about it on my Twitch chat. If y'all wanted to hear it, I would definitely fucking talk about it on there.
I hate spoilers with a passion.
He hates
and seeing that.
So much. And you know what? No, here's the thing. You know what? I was being nice because I didn't see that spoiler at all. And I could have avoided it. But I was like, you know what?
I couldn't avoid it. I've seen it now on my timeline, so it was bound to show up.
I don't know. I could have avoided it and just not researched for this video. Or this podcast.
You know, I'm just on Twitter.
See, but that's the thing is I research on Twitter. I could have just not researched. No, but he told me, oh shit, I just got something spoiled for me for Eternals. And I was like, I'll be a nice guy. I know he feels bad about spoilers. So I was like, just send it to me. We'll be on equal playing field then.
it didn't. I will say that did not make me feel any better. Like,
You know
because
what?
I know you don't. You really didn't care that much.
No, I
So I
did
was just
care.
like, fine, I'll
I
just
actually
send it.
really didn't want anything spoiled for Eternals. Like I
Really,
wanted
you
to.
should have just told me not to send it then.
Well, no, it's not fair that you have to get it spoiled.
Wow,
And
that's
I
nice.
probably would have ran into it eventually.
Yeah, that's the one thing because my friend sent it to me, and I was really kind of upset with her. But then I was like,
It's
okay.
all over the
I looked
fucking
at how many
timeline
like
now, and I'm
I
so
was at
annoyed.
yeah, I was at work at the time, so I didn't like see it right when it happened. But I was like, okay, this kind of went viral. I've seen it so many times
You
now.
Marvel fans can't shut the fuck up. I swear to God.
They can't.
Yeah.
God.
On that note, let's talk about some fucky wucky shit with the Grammys.
Oh yes.
Yes. So,
Forgot about that.
I know you mentioned it, but it's not in this article. But Bo Burnham's Inside the Songs is deemed ineligible for the Comedy Grammy. And also, as a quick additional one, the latest Casey Musgraves album has been disqualified from counting as a country record, which I think I heard about that a bit back too. So, Grammys, what are you doing?
What's going on?
What's going on? Let's talk about it. So, the accompanying album to Bo Burnham's Netflix comedy special Inside has been deemed ineligible for the Best Comedy Album award at next year's Grammys. The comedian, musician, actor, and director surprised fans in May by releasing Inside. Yeah. According to Billboard, the Recording Academy has decided that Inside does not meet the criteria to compete in the category for Best Comedy Album at the 64th Annual Grammy Awards. The album hasn't been shut out completely as it will compete for Best Compilation Soundtrack for Visual Media. The soundtrack for Jojo Rabbit won last year, and apparently Republic also submitted Inside for Album of the Year. All Eyes on Me for Record of the Year, Song of the Year, Best Pop Solo Performance, Best Song Written for Visual Media, and Inside the special was also submitted for Best Musical Film. So I don't know if necessarily they talk about why it's not. Oh, here you go. They do talk about Casey Musgraves not qualifying here, but why specifically it doesn't qualify?
Yeah, I don't know that they've explained that either, but it is confusing, really confusing.
Yeah,
it doesn't make any sense. Although I mean, in the past, the Grammys have had. I mean, obviously, we've talked about how messed up the Grammys are in general, but they have had these sorts of like category fraud things going on, or like things that are in categories don't seem like they should be in certain places. But to exclude this completely feels weird. And it's not like, I guess there's one angle you could say, like, oh, is it like, because I mean, it's it is dark. It's funny, but it is darker. But and maybe there's like, no, it's too dark for this to actually be comedy. But it is funny. Like, it's a funny special.
It's wholeheartedly a comedy album. Like, that's not,
without a doubt.
There's no doubt about that. So the fact that they're disqualifying it from counting in that category makes little to no sense. I don't really don't get that.
And some people are like, often in that category there are it's like stand-up.
Yeah,
like
it's just stand-up
albums.
specials.
But I saw a couple people noting that like Weird Al has been nominated before.
Right.
There, as well as The Lonely Island.
Yeah, exactly.
Which are all, it's all musical comedy.
Yeah.
Also, this is just nice to see Phoebe and
oh yeah, there's a picture of them together.
Well, not really together, but
they're
side by
they're
side.
Posted side by side. Yes.
Yeah.
Twins.
Anyway, but yeah, it doesn't make sense, and it's also just really unfortunate. Like, I feel like I want to see this special acknowledged in all the places it can be acknowledged, because it is genuinely a very good special. It's a very good comedy special.
Exactly.
And it already had to lose to Hamilton at the Emmys.
Stop
So
reminding me. Fucking
yeah,
Christ.
yeah, not a good moment. And now it's just like, all right, man, another hit, and it's like, yeah, Bo already he's racked up some awards with this, like he already got I think 3 Emmys,
Yeah.
but and I'm sure he'll probably be able to rack up some of these Grammys, maybe one.
I don't know if he doesn't get to compete in comedy. I don't know.
I mean, if they're saying the best compilation soundtrack
for visual media, yeah, no, that's
and if
insane.
Jojo Rabbit won in that category last year, I'm like, okay, if those are the type of things that are winning, he probably has a shot.
That's a wash easily. I don't even know what. Well, they haven't announced the nominations, and we'll be there when they do, obviously. But
but yeah, and best music film, I don't know what other things will be being submitted.
Hamilton.
God, I really hope not. Hey, maybe Don't Go Telling Your Mom by Topaz Jones will be there.
Fingers crossed.
Cool.
Loving
really cool.
that shit. I doubt it, but holy shit, that would be awesome.
I do also doubt it. That film actually got picked up by the New York Times.
Let's go. Cool. Let's go. I think you could still watch it. I think it's still unlisted on YouTube. And you can watch it.
Possibly. It's also free on the New York Times website now. So.
I mean, yeah, but YouTube.
But yeah, that would be cool to see there.
That would be
But
dope.
regardless, I don't understand what's going on with the Grammys now. Their rules in general are just, I feel like they just become more and more absurd year after year.
Yeah.
And the types of things they nominate and the places that they put certain things.
Exactly. And award shows in general are just getting weird lately. I don't know. Feels like someone's in the air. Like, I want to say it was maybe 2 years ago. What was the thing that they were gonna? There was something with the Oscars where it was essentially
the best popular
movie
thing, and they were gonna take away like the sound stuff, and like it was there was a whole thing.
There's that. I think it's and then
with that, I think it's more they want to try to appeal to a bigger audience. But it's just like award shows across the board are just doing weird things.
They're doing weirdo shit lately.
And also, I think this is probably, I mean, this isn't necessarily a new phenomenon. I think people are just more aware of it now.
Yeah.
And like it gets more exposure now. So
right.
Yeah, we're all watching Grammys.
We got our eyes on you.
Wow, that was a.
Oh shit! I didn't even. Master jokester right here.
There you go.
Bo, if you need a writer, I'm here. Hire me. Email in the description. All right, you know what it is. There you go. But yeah, that is pretty much all on that. Wish it could have been nominated in the comedy category, but fingers crossed that it will win in those other categories. And yeah, like we said, it's got a really good shot. I think
it does.
In like some of the other ones, but that is it on that. Now, last couple of things, we're actually getting through our topics pretty quickly today. We've got a couple of lists that dropped recently. Oddly enough, well, this is Australia. Never mind. I was like, what? This dropped in the future because it says October 21st, and I'm a stupid American and doesn't realize that it's .au. So yeah, it dropped like, I don't know. That dropped 5 hours ago. Boom. BBC Culture reveals 100 greatest TV series of the 21st century. So over the last 100 years, what does BBC Culture think are the 100 greatest TV series? Now, this list isn't that flashy. Unfortunately, there's no pictures. Very sad.
Well, yeah, not the last 100 years, just last 22 years of this century.
Duh, yeah. Duh.
But yes, they like
of this 100 years.
Yeah, they like got I think it was like 407 critics.
Yeah.
That they polled for them to choose like their top 10, and then they kind of just
kind of like ranked choice voting.
Yeah.
Kind of deal. Yeah, no, that makes sense.
This is the list that we got. So let's take a look.
we'll kind of go through and kind of stop when we see stuff that really.
Yeah. Do you want to start from the bottom up?
Yeah,
I
right.
feel like
Even
that
though,
might be.
yeah, that would be more
Yeah.
fun. Even though y'all already saw number one, but if you're listening, you don't know what it is. So look at that. Now listening is the best way to experience this podcast for this episode. What?
Let's.
Oh, the writer
yeah.
voted. Okay, here we go. Number 100, Queen's Gambit.
Queen's Gambit.
Nice.
Coming in at 100.
Yeah, and like what? That just came out. What, last year?
Just came out last year.
So just came out last year,
so
and it's already number 100 on
making the
list.
cut.
That's nice, and I feel like a lot of this might be some recency bias too. But
that's possible. I do think it is a great show, and I've talked about it before on the pod, and I think what goes to show that it is such a great show is the fact that on paper, nothing about it should have been a hit.
I was gonna say that sounds so fucking lame.
So the fact that it resonated with so many people says a lot to the quality of the show, and it is a great show. And the fact that it's coming in at the very bottom, that's fine. This is literally 100.
The rest better be bangers. The rest better be bangers.
We're about to find out.
Number 99, Steven Universe.
Steven Universe. I haven't seen a lot of Steven Universe.
Yeah.
I know it's pretty big amongst lots of people. I've also seen a lot of critical praise for it.
Oh, yeah, no. I've definitely heard a lot of fantastic things about it. Never really got into it myself, but hey, cool to see it here.
Interesting. I would not have guessed that it would have shown up there.
Yeah, no. And definitely, I mean, it's good to see animation getting on the list.
Yeah, for sure.
That's always nice to see. Moving right on along, number 98, Crazy Ex-Girlfriend. Don't necessarily feel too strongly about that one. Number 97, Hannibal. Cool.
I watched the first season of Hannibal.
Right. Number 96 is Catastrophe. I can't say I'm familiar.
On Amazon Prime.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I can't say I'm necessarily familiar with that one. Number 95 is Luther. Oh, that's the BBC one with Idris, right?
It is.
I have been meaning to watch that for years and just never got the chance.
I haven't seen all of it, but from what I have seen of it, it's quite good.
I went through a pretty big BBC craze between Sherlock and Doctor Who and shit like that. So
I think we all did. We all fell into
so I was like, I'm gonna watch Luther next because I already liked Idris Elba at that point, and I just never got around to it.
Yeah,
but
it's good.
Hey, I'll give it a shot. It's just for me going back and watching stuff that because when I'm already hyper focused on trying to keep up with the new shit, it's hard for me to justify going back and watching old stuff that I haven't seen.
For sure.
That's my thing. But I mean, hey, is it still actively ongoing?
No, I believe they did a movie and finished it off.
Okay. Because I was going to say, if it's still going, then hey, I can binge it before the new season. And that's like that would be the exception.
Yeah.
Number 94 is Louis. Again, also can't say I'm necessarily familiar either.
Louis? They really found a spot for Louis on here. We're doing that? It's Louis C.K.
Oh, shit. Okay, yeah.
I've never seen the show. I have heard it's good, but also, are we really going to go out of our way to give him a spot?
Yeah, I think we know who voted on this, that's for sure. All right, number 93 is Trem or Treme.
Not familiar.
Not familiar either. Sounds French? Question mark.
Yeah, definitely sounds foreign.
Yeah. So, but hey, cool. 92, Show Me a Hero. Also not familiar.
Show Me a Hero. It sounds familiar. I feel like it may have been a limited series, but I don't know.
Maybe. I have no idea. But hey, that's cool. I really wish this list had pictures. It would make it more fun. 91, Westworld. I am familiar with that. That
interesting to see that there.
Yeah, but it has been very well received, so I'm not necessarily surprised. Oh, hey. What?
It has.
Oh, it's Wikipedia. Oh,
shit. It has, but I feel like oh yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, it's what's that thing that it checks your Grammarly. Grammarly does that. That's cool. Yeah. All right, I just found that out.
Westworld has been pretty well received, but I feel like in the later seasons I've seen like lots of like divisiveness over its quality.
Well, I mean,
So
we can say that about another series that's more up towards the top.
we can say
obviously.
that about another series.
So,
that's
I mean, I
probably
think
at the top.
when you it's just pretty much for this list, I feel like a measure of the overall quality.
Yeah. Yeah.
Number 90 is It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Let's go. I didn't know this was on the list, so that is
Has
dope.
to be there. Has to
I
be
mean,
there.
yeah, obviously it has to. I would have.
One of the best comedies.
Exactly. Please stop with the tabs. But yeah, that's awesome to see. Very happy with that.
Yeah.
Number
Definitely
89,
deserving.
Dexter. Also nice to see that there. Haven't seen it in a
Not
good
surprised
minute,
to see
but
it,
yeah,
but I know it was really well received and really loved in its time.
exactly. So that
Yeah.
makes perfect sense. Number 88, The OA. Can't say I'm familiar either.
Interesting. Wow.
Yeah. Well,
It was on Netflix. Zendaya was in that show for a little
oh, okay.
bit,
Okay.
actually.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Number 87, The Comeback.
Not familiar.
Not familiar
Familiar.
either. Number 86, How I Met Your Mother.
That is surprising.
That is surprising. Can't say I would. I mean, like maybe in the top 100, I would say for sure, but like I don't know. Definitely not over It's Always Sunny.
I would say I can probably think of comedies that aren't on this list that have come out in the past 22 years that I'd probably put above How I Met Your Mother.
Right.
And yeah, I definitely wouldn't have put it above It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Yeah, exactly.
So interesting choice there.
Yeah. I mean, it's a fine show. It's
fine. I think the end, specifically the last season, was a train wreck, but
again, that kind of overall quality as opposed to
right
factoring the later seasons. But yeah, moving right along, okay, yes, a tie. That's right. Okay, I was very confused. Tied for 84th place, Normal People and Narcos. Interesting to see Narcos on here. I mean, it makes sense. Obviously, it's been a very popular show.
I haven't seen Narcos, but I have seen Normal People. I've seen
a couple episodes of Narcos. So
Normal People is a limited series, actually. It's only one season. But very good. I enjoyed that show quite a bit. Yeah, happy to see that's there. It's a great show.
Nice.
I think it deserving.
Cool to see. Number 83, Insecure. Nice.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes. Absolutely. Insecure comes back this Sunday, actually. Final season.
Let's go.
No one's paying me for that promo, so Issa Rae.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're shaking our ass so hard for everyone.
I'm trying to. Hey, I'm Issa Rae. If you want to throw us a sponsorship,
I mean, honestly, I'd fucking take it in a heartbeat.
That'd be amazing. But yeah, this show, I love this show. It's one of my favorite shows ever. It's great. It's been super consistent all the way through.
Right.
And yeah, I think last season was their best season yet, and they deserve a spot up here for sure.
No, definitely can agree. I haven't seen it, but based on how you've talked about it,
it's a great show.
Number 82, Big Little Lies.
Big Little Lies. Interesting. Very interesting. Only because second season of that show was rough, and there's only been 2 seasons.
Yeah, I'm not familiar, but
it's got Nicole Kidman, Shailene Woodley, Reese Witherspoon.
Oh, you know what? Maybe
Zoe Kravitz.
Oh, maybe I have heard of this then. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a first season really good. I personally didn't dislike the second season as much as a lot of other people, but I know it was kind of not super well received.
Right.
But I think it's a solid show. So I don't know that I would put it 82, but
yeah, probably not.
Good show. I enjoy Big Little Lies.
All right, we're gonna move right along here. Number 81, OJ, Made in America. I seen that one?
That's fairly recent. Pretty recent, actually.
I think I have seen that one, or at least
I haven't seen it.
Episodes of it. I'm not.
I heard it was quite good though.
Yeah, maybe was there? Oh no. You know what? What's the one that I have seen? I think it's The People versus OJ. That was one that.
Yeah, that's a FX show. That show is very good.
Yeah,
That's
that's
the
the one.
Made in America is like a docuseries.
That's what it was. Yeah, yeah. I've heard of this,
Yeah.
have not seen it. But yeah,
Mm.
People vs. OJ, that one I have. 80 is House.
House.
Interesting.
Never watched that show. I remember when it was on, but I never watched it.
Ah, right. Yeah, it's one of those. This is one of those like med dramas, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a med drama. I mean, yeah, it's a med drama. That's it. I was gonna say like
Yeah.
of the med dramas, I know like two, and it's that and Grey's. That's it.
Ah, gotcha.
So like,
Eh.
I don't know.
Fine.
Number 79, Mindhunter.
Mindhunter. Yeah. That's another show I never completely finished. I believe it had 2 seasons. I
Who's
only
in this
saw
one? Because the name is slightly ringing a
it
bell.
was created by David Fincher, and it has what's his name? Jonathan Groff as the
Okay,
main
I think I know
character.
this one. Yeah.
Yeah, and he kind of works with serial killers and
Yeah.
whatever else. Yeah.
God, there's too much
Not surprised to
TV.
see that.
Too much
There's
TV
a lot of
over the
TV.
past 22 years. Fuck.
22 years, and this is only 100 of them.
Yeah,
So
that's crazy. Number 78, The Killing Denmark. I'm assuming that means it's from Denmark.
it's the
Either
Denmark
that or that's the
version, not
subtitle.
the
Gotcha.
American
gotcha,
version.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Denmark superior, obviously.
Denmark made it. America did not.
Dang,
But
look at that.
Fine. I haven't
Yeah,
seen The Killing. But
Fuck
I've heard good
America.
things.
But yeah, cool to see that. American Crime Story at number 77.
That's People versus OJ that you're thinking. American Crime Story. They did People versus OJ. They did
Yeah,
Gianni
okay.
Versace, and then now they're doing Impeachment, which is like Monica Lewinsky.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Which interesting. I think the first season is really good. The second season I kind of tapped out of kind of early just because I didn't find it to be nearly as compelling.
Right.
But sure, yeah, go for it. Good for y'all.
Cool. I suppose. Number 76, Rick and Morty.
All right.
That's
It's a
all you
good
got to
show.
say?
It's a good show. I think it's a good show. I think it has really annoying fans that kind of make it seem more insufferable than it really is. But I think if you could possibly somehow watch this show within a vacuum.
Yeah, no, I'll agree. I've definitely given it more of a chance over the past like year or so, I'd say. And I want to say, what are they on season 5?
Yeah,
I think that's the new
like
season.
Season 5.
I've seen a couple episodes in season 5. It's pretty good.
It is a very it's a pretty well written show. I'm not gonna lie. It's pretty smart a lot of times in how they choose to tell their stories. And I think one of the biggest things that turns people off from this show or gives this show the reputation that it has is its fans.
Yeah, they are the most obnoxious pieces of shit.
They are. So if you could possibly watch this show within a vacuum,
right,
you might be able to actually see that it is genuinely not a bad show.
I will say though, Solar Opposites by the same creators is pretty banging. That's a pretty great series.
Yeah, it's on Hulu, right?
Yes. Number 75, Babylon Berlin. Not familiar.
Not familiar.
All right, moving right along then. Utopia UK at number 74.
Also not familiar.
No, also not familiar. Number 73, Planet Earth.
Planet Earth.
Let's go. Some nature shit.
Love Planet Earth.
We're rocking with it.
I haven't watched it in years.
I love the planet. I do love the planet.
Up. She's good to it.
Oh, I mean, we're not good to her.
I mean, we're not good to her, but
save the
she's
planet,
good to
yo.
us.
Save the planet. She's too good
We're
to
trying.
us. We don't deserve her.
Yeah.
Number 72, Gilmore Girls.
Let's go.
Not
mad about it. I like Gilmore Girls.
Yeah.
Once again, show I never got to finish. But it was really great from what I was able to see. I think I saw maybe 4 seasons.
Mm-hmm.
Really love Gilmore Girls. That's another show I want to finish. You know, you just start shows sometimes and then somehow, some way you fall off of it and then you're like, man, I really want to come back to this at some point.
Yeah.
Hopefully I can go back to it at some point because it is a very enjoyable show.
Yeah,
It really is.
I'm trying to think. You know what? I think one that I haven't finished Marco Polo, but I started that like
Mm.
6 years ago. Like
Yeah.
forever ago. So
And it's
there's
probably to the
definitely a
thing of
bunch of
what
those
you
from
were
back.
saying of like, once you do kind of fall off with the show, like especially with something like Gilmore Girls, it's like how much incentive is there for me to go back and watch it now when there are so many things that are currently on, like
Exactly.
currently airing that I'm like, oh, I need to watch this, need to watch this, need to watch that.
There's
Which
too
is like,
much.
yeah, which is an issue I have with some of the stuff, higher up on the list,
Exactly.
um, that I want to get to at some point. But yeah,
Yeah. I
we
think
can
that's
probably
why
try.
like I
Oh,
think
what are you
that's
gonna
why
say?
it's so daunting for me to like try to keep up with new releases because there's just so much. And I'm
Yeah,
like, okay, I'll try, but then it's like, if I miss shit, then it's like, and that's why there's so much. That's why I just hardly ever watch TV at this point. But I'm
it's
trying to
just
get
so
better about it.
daunting. Yeah,
I'm trying to
no,
get
I
better
get
at
you.
it. Like I said,
Yeah,
I think getting into the habit of watching the Marvel shows every week has gotten me in the mood to start uh like keeping up with shit for once.
which
So,
is good.
all right, 71. We're going to start trucking along
Yeah,
a
I was
little bit
gonna say you can
faster.
probably show multiple on the screen at
Yeah.
a time if you want.
Well, I like to see surprises too. Number
All
71
right,
is
okay.
Enlightened, not familiar, can't say.
I haven't seen it. Jesus, this.
Yeah,
My God.
I don't like the function at the top. It's starting to get on my fucking nerves. Number 71 is Enlightened. I don't know.
Whoever's listening to the audio is like, what's going on?
Watch it on YouTube, you'll see.
But yeah.
Number
No,
70 is Battlestar Galactica. Vaguely familiar, haven't seen it.
Yeah, I'm
Obviously,
aware of it.
something that gets very referenced a lot. So that's cool to see that.
Right.
Number 69, 24.
24. I feel like this was kind of inevitable. It was so. I remember being young and my parents being obsessed with this show.
Right.
And like my parents and my grandparents and my aunt would just be like, oh my gosh, you've seen episode of 24? Like, oh my God, it was so good. And it was just like, I never watched it because I was like a kid. So I wasn't really allowed
Right.
to watch that kind of stuff. But I know it was big and I know it was pretty well received. So I'm not too surprised to see it there.
Exactly. Makes sense. At number 68 is Stranger Things. Very
No.
cool. Oh, no.
No. I'm saying no. And I like Stranger Things. But top
do.
100 shows in
Yeah,
the past 22
probably
years?
not.
And I will
It's
say,
cool, though.
here's the thing. I don't think the show has been nearly as good as its first season.
Yeah,
It's never reached the heights of its first season.
I think.
And-
which one was the one where she went to the emo cult? Was that season 2?
That was season 2.
That was the
season 2.
worst season. That was the
That
worst
was a
season.
pretty
Season
bad
3
season.
picked back up a bit,
Season
but
3
not
did
nearly,
pick back up.
but not as much as season 1.
Yeah, it's never reached the heights of season 1. And I will say, even if, say, season 1 was... okay, maybe I would. I was going to say, if the show did reach the heights of season 1 after that, maybe I would put it here, because I do think season 1 is a very good season of television. But it just hasn't done that. It just hasn't done that. It hasn't put
Yeah,
out a season that is as good as season 1, nor a season that's better than season 1.
we'll see. Season 4 coming soon, so hey.
Yeah, I like the show, but I don't know if I would put it here.
I
Especially
definitely-
not this high.
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't put it nearly this high. That's for
No.
sure. But I mean,
No.
considering I've probably watched less than 100 shows in the past 22 years,
You're like, it cracks my list.
it cracks my list, but probably not this high. Anyway,
Yeah.
moving on. Okay, that's a lie. I probably have seen 100 shows, but like of 100 shows that I would consider worthy of being on the list,
Right.
because I've seen some dog shit television over the past.
It is out
22
there.
years.
It is out there.
67 is RuPaul's Drag Race. Obviously, huge phenomenon, so makes sense. Wildly popular. Number 66, Mayor of Easttown. Vaguely familiar. I can't remember who's in it, but
Just swept it didn't sweep the Emmys, but it did
yeah,
pretty
did
well.
Pretty
this past
good. Yeah.
Emmys, as well as steal a Emmy from Anya Taylor-Joy because of Kate Winslet. But it's
For shame.
I'm
For
not
shame.
salty about it or anything.
Seems a bit, but hey. Number 65, Orange is the New Black. Never got into the show, but was widely popular. At one point was
good.
probably, I want to say, was Netflix's biggest show at one point. No?
Yeah, because it was kind of like one of their first original
Yeah, it
series
was
with like
House of
House
Cards,
of Cards and Orange is the New Black were kind of the big
the two big
thing,
ones.
and
Yeah.
it was their first like that and House of Cards were their two like first big Emmy shows that like actually put Netflix on the map in terms of like
Yeah.
prestige TV and like yeah, Orange is the
They
New
were,
Black was really good. It fell off a bit near
mhm.
the end, and I literally never even finished last season.
Damn.
But it was a really good show for a little bit there.
Well, there you go. As we get higher into this list, I'm scared of what some things could potentially be up here. Let's move on to 64. Detectorists.
No clue.
I can barely even read the word, so I definitely haven't seen it. Tied for 62, making sure, is The Good Place and Pose.
Good Place and Pose.
Two shows you've been
that I love.
Yeah. I was gonna say he's
yeah.
been pretty sweet on both of these, so
And I will have to come clean and say I don't think Pose I wouldn't put Pose on this list.
Yes.
I do like the show quite a bit, and I think it's an important show. But the writing after season 1 just it wasn't nearly as good. It wasn't nearly as good. The Good Place, on the other hand, phenomenal show. Phenomenal show.
I've been catching a bit of it here and there, but yeah.
It's so good. It's so good, and had a great ending too.
Right.
Yeah, Good Place, definitely happy to see that here. Pose, happy to see it's here. Probably wouldn't have put it on my list personally.
Noted. Moving on to number 61, Avatar: The Last Airbender.
There we go.
Cool to see.
There we go.
Cool to see.
You said what? Oh, cool
I
to see?
said cool to see. I definitely.
Yeah, remember when you started watching it and then what happened?
I fucking ran out of time. I gotta watch other stuff, man. Squid Game came out.
I'm happy to see it here.
No, I am too. From the first episode that I saw, it is pretty good. So
it's a great show, more than deserving to be here. Happy to see that they're acknowledging animation on this list too, like you said before, which was
that's really definitely cool. One thing that before reading this list I was a little worried about, like, are they going to acknowledge animation in here? And I mean, it's definitely not nearly as on this list as it should be, I'll say, because there's been some very fantastic animated shows. I mean, but it's nice to see stuff like, I mean, we don't know what's on the second half of this list, and we really do gotta move along. But it's nice to see that it's getting some representation with here, and then like Steven Universe at the bottom. So that was nice. So we'll see. What's coming on here. 60, House of Cards. Haven't watched the last season. But I did really enjoy the series before it was revealed that Kevin Spacey is a giant fucking creep and pedophile. So
there you go.
That's
all needs to be said about that.
Yeah, there you go. Boom. 59, Underground Railroad. That's the Barry Jenkins, right?
Yeah, that's probably the most recent show on here.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's
because that literally came out
super new
this year. Literally this year. That and Mayor of Easttown are probably two of the biggest.
Dang, that's crazy.
But I think, and I still have Barry. I want to watch your show. I keep telling myself I'm going to read the book first. It's been sitting on my nightstand for so long.
He's not going to read it.
I'm not going to read it. But I'm finally accepting that. And I'm just like, you know what? I'm just going to watch the show.
Look, some of us aren't built for reading, okay? I don't read shit. I
am not speaking that over myself because I'm going to start reading. I'm going to start reading soon.
I wanted to start reading, but I'm just like, I'm not built for this reading shit, man.
At the end of the pod, whenever we talk about stuff that we're watching and listening to, I'm also going to talk about stuff that I'm reading. Just wait.
But guess he's reading books.
I'm gonna. Oh, not this
not
week.
yet.
I just meant I'm speaking that into existence.
Okay.
Happy Barry Jenkins is here though.
You know, we'll start a book club. How about that? Needleland's book club.
I mean, hey, we'll see if that takes off.
Exactly. Number 58, Dark. Sounds vaguely familiar.
It's on Netflix.
Yeah.
I've heard really good things about it. Haven't
Haven't seen
started it though. I think it's Swedish, maybe.
Probably. Number 57, The Young Pope.
Young Pope. Very, very beloved.
Yeah.
Not surprised.
Number 56, Big Bang Theory. Good
Ew.
God.
Ew.
Good God.
Ew. That's nasty.
That over It's Always Sunny. My God. My God. Like, I understand.
Nasty.
Look, I understand why it has to be on here. It's fucking insanely popular, but holy shit. Holy shit.
I want to talk to the critics that put Big Bang Theory on their list.
Yeah.
I want to speak to them.
Exactly. Fuck. This was probably on someone's number 1. Let's be real.
It probably... No, there's no way. I refuse to believe that.
But here's the thing. For it to be this high, it has to be at least... I don't know how they're...
I guess that's true.
It has to be
Maybe
someone's number
someone.
1. It has to be a
Possibly.
couple people's number 1. Think about it like that, math-wise. 55, The Shield. Not familiar.
Heard good things. Never seen it.
54, Happy Valley.
Not
53,
familiar.
Call My Agent. We're getting into some
Heard good
niche
things.
territory here. 52, This Is England. 86, 88, and 90. Fuck. That was a long word that I tried to say in one breath, and it
I can tell.
hurt. 51, Small Axe. 50, Halt and Catch Fire.
Happy to see Small Axe. It's
Nice,
amazing.
nice. We're gonna go by 5s now. I feel like that's the most effective way. All right.
I tried to tell you.
All right, let's do it. 49, The Bureau. 48, Inside Number 9. 47, Grey's Anatomy. 46, Homeland. And 45, The Good Fight. Grey's Anatomy on here. That is interesting.
And it's very high.
Yeah, that is. I mean, okay, it's an extremely popular show. I didn't know it was super critically beloved necessarily like that.
It was at the start in the early days.
I guess, and it's that kind of whole thing. It's going for too long. I've seen a good chunk of it. It is.
I have not, thankfully.
Going on for way too long. It's too much. It's too much. We're doing too much. All right. We're actually getting into some pretty solid shit here. Community at number 44, Money Heist at 43, Peep Show on 42, Schitt's Creek at 41, and 40 is Borgen. Community. Very nice. Very nice.
Absolutely.
Money Heist was also really good. Schitt's Creek, enjoying that too.
Yeah, I will say I love Community and Schitt's Creek. I would not put Schitt's Creek above Community.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think Schitt's Creek is a very good show, but Community is so smart and so it subverts like sitcom tropes so well, and it accomplishes so much in the span of 20 minutes that it literally boggles my mind. Schitt's Creek, it's very good. I don't know how it's 41.
Yeah, wow. That's insane. It is really like critically acclaimed though. Like
it is, and I love it. It's just not better than Community.
Yeah, it's not. I
already feel like there it is. There it is. I already knew. I knew it was gonna be there.
Number 39, The Office US. Number 38, The Handmaid's Tale. Tied for 36 is Downton Abbey and Band of Brothers, and at number 35 is Fargo. Come on, we were all expecting this at some point. The Office, of course, is going to be on here.
It did have to be here, I guess. 39 is very high.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those shows that it's just like, yeah, of course.
Is. And here's the thing: I'm not going to be that. I'm not going to be that person. I'm not going to say The Office isn't a good show.
Yeah,
it is a good show. It's a funny show. There are people out there that are just like, it's not good. It's not good. It actually is.
That's
people,
like,
once
you're
again,
just lying.
it's kind of,
you're lying.
It's like the Rick and Morty thing. Yes, the people that love The Office can be insufferable.
Yeah, absolutely.
But it is a legitimately funny show at times.
And
it's
you
got
know
a lot of heart.
It's weird because I feel the difference between this and Rick and Morty is the way that it is handled as a personality trait. Like,
Yeah.
I would almost give the edge to Rick and Morty fans because that is like a fandom that they are dedicating themselves to.
Yeah.
The Office, however, it doesn't feel as a centralized fandom. It's just something for fucking white 20-somethings to put in their Tinder bio as a personality.
I was just about to say, you do not know. And I am someone that has been on Tinder recently. It is an immediate, I am not like, I'm not swiping for you. Like, you are immediately going away.
No, you don't want to cuddle and watch The Office with them?
It's so insufferable. It's so insufferable. And at least, here's the thing. I'm not going to put myself past like letting, being somewhat defined by a TV show. Like, there are a lot of shows that I feel like I let consume my life. If you're going to put a show in your bio, pull out
the bangers.
Come on, do a better show.
It's just, it's so extremely, like, it's so overdone at this point. That's the biggest issue, is that like everyone says that.
I'm getting worked up. I'm already sick.
Yeah, he's going to hurt his head. We're going to move on here. All right. 34 is The Bride. 33 is The Good Wife. It's also funny, we didn't talk about any of the other shows. 32 is Arrested Development. 31, True Detective. And 30 is Girls.
Interesting to see The Good Wife and The Good Fight both made it. The Good Fight is like the Good Wife spinoff or continuation, whatever it is. I don't know. But I guess they're both pretty phenomenal. My mom used to watch The Good Wife. I'm
look at
never
that.
into it. Arrested Development, I have been wanting to get into for a long time. I actually started at one point recently and then ended up dropping it and whatever. But I do want to come back to it. I know it's great.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Girls, I hate Lena Dunham, but I have heard that it's a genuinely good show, which is frustrating. But
yeah, that's how that is. That's how it is. All right. We're in the top 30 now. Let's go by tens. Let's go by tens now.
I feel like it would have been so much smarter to do this method at the bottom.
At the bottom, yeah.
Yeah.
But I also can't fit tens on the screen, so we're going from here. All right, 29 is Parks and Rec. 28, Friday Night Lights. 27, Line of Duty. 26, Watchmen. 25, Sherlock. 24, Veep. 23, Better Call Saul. 22, Black Mirror. I guess I will go with this then. Black Mirror, pretty dope to see here. That last season was atrocious, but it's fine. Yeah. Sherlock, enjoyed that. I don't think I've seen the last season of it. Really? I think I've only seen there's only 3 seasons, right? 4. I've seen the first 3 then, I think. I want to say. That or only the first 2, one or the other. And Parks and Rec, better than The Office. Glad it's up here higher. Thank God they got it right at least. If we had to compare the 2, because that's the one that they always do. Yeah.
Right.
They at least got that right.
That is one thing I was going to be very upset about, is if The Office was on this list and Parks and Rec didn't make the list, because
it feels like it. Fuck. I think I have The Office UK higher. I swear to fucking God.
Probably, or maybe. Well, no, probably.
It's goddamn UK fucks.
I've never seen The Office UK, but I do agree. Parks and Rec is better than The Office, and I watched The Office first, actually. Then I watched Parks and Rec, and I was like, oh my gosh. This show takes every single thing, every single like misstep that The Office had. Parks and Rec sees it and avoids it.
Yeah.
And just is consistently great and funny all the way through. Funnier than The Office, I think, and has better characters than The Office. Watchmen, also legitimately one of my favorite shows. It's I was watching, I was like, this is how is it so good? How is it so good?
You know, I feel like I've seen, because that was like 2000 something, right?
2019.
29. Fuck, never mind. I'm stupid.
Wow. There was the movie, though, that came out.
That's what I was thinking. Okay. Yep. Timeline reset. Yeah. We're good.
Yeah. And of course, Sherlock. Phenomenal show.
Exactly. Moving right along to the next set, we've got, very happy looking straight at it though, Curb Your Enthusiasm, The Thick of It, Lost, Deadwood. I should say the numbers. That was 21, 20, 19, and 18. Number 17 is 30 Rock, The Crown at 16, 15 Chernobyl, and 14 Atlanta. Obviously, Atlanta, very nice to see up
So
this
happy it
high.
cracked top 15.
So good, so good. 30 Rock, pretty dope too. Kinda, yeah.
I've heard good things about 30 Rock. Never seen it.
It's pretty solid.
Mhm.
Lost, obviously, very well regarded show. One
Right.
of those. It's just one of those types of shows that you kind of just. It's like a. I can't quite think of a easy way to explain this other than it's like that movie poster in your room where it's like, oh, all these movies that you have to see. This is one of those shows.
Yeah.
It's one of those.
Yeah. And I still haven't seen it, but I've heard it's very good. It's like going back to your point. It's hard for me to go back and watch things I haven't already seen.
Yeah.
Now
Like from the
because there's so
past,
much good stuff.
especially.
And Curb Your Enthusiasm, I knew that had to be here at some point.
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely.
Like I said, I was watching it kind of regularly, but in I don't know. Do you remember that one period of time where I was like watching a bunch of like insufferable white people on TV and I was just like,
yeah.
oh God, Larry David just plays like a really insufferable version of himself on that show, and it
Yeah.
was kind of it's funny. I was just like, I'm so oversaturated right now.
Exactly.
But it's a great show. It's a great show. And of course, Atlanta. What do I have to say? What do I have to say about this show? It's my favorite show of all time. What do I have to say?
Dang. Favorite of all time? Honestly, it's probably up there for me. I haven't quite put much thought into what my favorite show of all time would be. And please don't make me think right now. We're going to move right along into the top 6. Perfect. The way this is scrolling, now the last set's the top 5. Boom. I fucking knew it. All right. Number 13 is Twin Peaks: The Return. Number 12 is 6 Feet Under. Number 11, BoJack Horseman. Number 10, Succession. Number 9, The Fucking Office UK. Number 8, The Americans. Number 7, The Leftovers. And number 6, I May Destroy You. I May Destroy You. How new of a series is that? That's interesting to see on here too. Last year. Then Succession also
is very new as well.
Yeah, so that's
2018 maybe.
BoJack. Interesting to see BoJack really high. Obviously, I know it's very well regarded. Haven't necessarily gotten into it too much myself, but
I have really been wanting to get into BoJack at some point. I've just had my friends tell me like, no, Noah, you're depressed, and this show is going to make you more depressed. So you need to watch this show when you're not depressed. So
just get undepressed, forehead.
Just get undepressed, and I will go. One of my friends was like, no, I literally watched this, and it made me more depressed. Because it's I've heard like it tackles depression in a very, very real way.
Yeah.
So yeah, I really want to watch it someday, but I've heard it's amazing.
You just got to get undepressed first.
I just got to get undepressed.
Gosh, it's taking you so long, man. Fuck.
I know. It's because I'm watching Succession and not trying to work on myself, which I'm also very happy to see here.
Top 10. Nice.
Top 10. And you know what? It deserves it. It deserves it. It's legitimately, it's of that status. Like, it's an amazing show. Season 3 just premiered this past Sunday. It's phenomenal. It's phenomenal. Come on.
Look at that.
And of course, happy to see I May Destroy You too. Surprised it's number 6. That's so high.
Yeah, that is really high. Holy shit.
But it's a great show. It's a great show.
Yeah. Shouts out. Let's get into the top 5, even though you guys probably already saw them if you're watching on YouTube, because I'm stupid and I don't.
Them,
yeah.
Even if you didn't see them.
Number 5, Game of Thrones. Number 4, Fleabag. Number 3, Breaking Bad. Number 2, Mad Men. Number 1, The Wire. Honestly, this is like the most typical top 5 shows.
It is.
I will say the only one that like I would say is like fairly atypical is Fleabag on here. That's the only one that I'm like surprised is on here.
I feel like lately
Fleabag
is like creeping into that list, but at least for the way, and I guess because it is fairly new, like the new season just came out recently, but no, this is kind of your cookie cutter top
The
5,
Wire,
like
Mad Men, Breaking Bad, Game of Thrones. And you know what? I was saying I was worried about what's going to be on here. 1, obviously The Office. I was worried about that. 2, I'm just glad The Walking Dead's not on here.
That is true. I think that that show had a chance to be on this list.
It really did. Honestly, first, what season are they on? Like 10? first like 4 seasons, I feel like
I was
going
to say first 4 seasons, it definitely had a shot.
but then
It started
just
to go off the
got-
rails.
I truly clocked out as soon as Glenn died. That was when I
And I can't blame you. I kept going. I stopped after Carl died.
Oh yeah.
Well, actually, I didn't see him die. I saw him get bit, and I was like, I'm done.
Oh, actually, no, I did
even-
see that season, but like just kind of that season was when I like tuckered
Yeah.
out. And then at the
Gotcha.
end of that season, I was like, yeah, this season was fucking garbage. I'm never watching this show again.
Yeah.
My parents still watch it actively.
Wow. I
by
think
the
my
way.
aunt still watches it too, which is impressive. I honestly am impressed. If you're someone that still watches The Walking Dead, that's impressive.
That is very impressive.
Very impressive.
But yeah, these.
Top 5.
What are you gonna do? This is like
what are you gonna
fucking
do?
every Basic Bros top 5. Like
Yeah. Like
aside
happy to see
from maybe
Fleabag here.
Fleabag, yeah, no, that's cool. But yeah.
But
And I mean,
yeah,
not to discount any of these as bad shows, obviously.
right. Not that they aren't top worthy of being top 5 shows. I think they also have the benefit of being the shows that like lots of people have seen, because I feel like these shows started at a time where the TV market wasn't as saturated as it is now.
Oh yeah, exactly.
So
like with all
it's
the
like-
streaming now, it's just like there are shows everywhere, which is both a
Right.
good and a bad thing.
And it's like something like The Wire that came out at the start of the century is more likely to be seen by more people than something, I don't know, like Queen's Gambit, even though that was pretty big. I'm just choosing an example of something that's come out during the streaming boom or whatever. So,
Bro, why is Squid Game not on here?
but yeah, no, I mean, The Wire was actually a show I wanted to start this year. I actually wanted to start it this year. And
Really? How'd that go for you?
I didn't start it. And you know why? Because there's too much stuff coming out. And I was like, oh, I really want to watch, I don't know, blank other show right now instead of this. So
Yeah.
whatever.
Hey. Whatever. It is what it is. But that is that list. Yeah, it's a fine list.
Yeah,
I suppose.
it's actually a pretty good list. I would have changed the order, but it's a good list.
Yeah, no, like honestly, like I can't necessarily think of anything that I would say is exactly missing from it per se. So
I mean,
I don't. Coming from me,
Oh, okay, yeah.
coming from you, I'm sure there's plenty, but
No, yeah.
you know,
I would be like,
I'm
sure
happy with a
there's-
bunch of the picks.
I'd be like this. And then,
That podcast ran a little long, so we're going to split it up into 2 parts, and you can check out part 2 somewhere right around here. I don't know where the link will be, but it'll be somewhere. Check it out.
It'll be right there. Yeah.